Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jila Prabhupada. Jaya Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Shila Guru Deva. Jagor Premanandi. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraet Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Departure marked the completion of a lifetime of pure devotional service to Krishna. A few days before the end, Srila Prabhupada had said he was instructing as far as he could, and his secretary had added, "You are the inspiration." Yes, Srila Prabhupada replied, "That I shall do until the last breathing." His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki. So we continue our study of Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 2, chapter entitled Hiranyakashipu, King of the Demons, and text is 38. अहो वयं धन्यात्मा यदत्र त्यक्ता पितृभ्यां न विचिन्तयात्मा अभक्षयामान अबला विक्रदिभिः सरक्षिता रक्षति यो हि गर्भे अहो वयं धन्यात्मा यदत्र त्यक्ता पितृभ्यां न विचिन्तयाम अभक्षयमान बला विक्रादिभिः क्षमान बला विक्रादिभिः सरक्षिता रक्षति यो हि गर्भे अहो वयं धन्यात्मा यदत्र त्यक्ता पितृभ्यां न विचिन्तयाम अभक्षयमान बला विक्रादिभिः सरक्षिता रक्षति यो हि गर्भे अहो वयं धन्यतमा यदत्र त्यक्ता पितृभ्यां न विचिन्तयमान अभक्षयमान अबला विक्रादिभिः सरक्षिता रक्षति यो हि गर्भे Please chant. अहो वयं धन्यतमा यदत्र त्यक्ता पितृभ्यां न विचिन्तयाम अभक्ष्यमान बला विक्रादिभिः सरक्षिता रक्षति यो हि गर्भे अहो वयं धन्यतमा यदत्र त्यक्ता पितृभ्यां न विचिन्तयाम अभक्ष्यमान बला विक्रादिभिः सरक्षिता रक्षति यो हि गर्भे अहो वयं धन्यतमा यदत्र त्यक्ता प्रीतिभ्यां न विचिन्तयाम अभक्ष्यमान बला विक्रादिभिः सरक्षिता रक्षति यो हि गर्भे. अहो, alas, vayam, we, dhanyatama, most fortunate, yat, because, atra, at the present moment, tyakta, left alone without protection, pitribhyam, by both father and mother, na, not, vichintayamana, tayama, worry, abhakshyamana, not being eaten, abala, very weak, vikra adivi, by tigers and other ferocious animals. Sa, he, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Rakshita, will protect. Rakshati, has protected. Ya, who, he, indeed. Garbhe, within the womb. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. It is wonderful that these elderly women do not have a higher sense of life than we do. Indeed, we are most fortunate, for although we are children and have been left to struggle in material life unprotected by father and mother, and although we are very weak, we have not been vanquished or eaten by ferocious animals. Thus, we have a firm belief that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who has given us protection even in the womb of the mother, will protect us everywhere. Purport. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 1861, Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Hrididesha Arjuna Tishtati. The Lord is present in the core of everyone's heart. Thus, the Lord gives protection to everyone and gives the different types of bodies the living entity wants to enjoy. Everything is done by the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, one should not lament the birth and death of a living being which have been arranged by the Supreme Lord. Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 15:15, Sarvasya chaham ridasa nivishto mata smritirgyanam apohanam cha. I am seated in everyone's heart, and from me come remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. One must act according to the direction of the Lord within the heart, but because the conditioned soul wants to act independently, the Lord gives him the facility to act and experience the reactions. The Lord says, Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja. Give up all other duties and simply surrender unto me. One who does not abide by the orders of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is given the facility to enjoy this material world. Instead of restricting him, the Lord gives the conditioned soul the opportunity to enjoy, so that by mature experience, after many, many births, Bahunam Janmanamante, he will understand that surrender to the lotus feet of Vasudev is the only duty of all living beings. वैराग्य विद्या निज भक्ति योगा शिक्षार्थमेक पुरुष पुराना श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य शरीरधारी कृपाम्बुदीर्य तमहं प्रपद्ये मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारणम् वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna. Warm welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us in the morning Srimad Bhagavatam class. Pray for the blessings of Acharyas Gurudev. Pray for the blessings of the assembled Vaishnavas. Pray that by your blessings, one day I become uh, I can embody the teachings of Srimad Bhagavatam, the message of Srimad Bhagavatam. Pray that one day and forever I remain a student of Srimad Bhagavatam. Pray that whatever we study and discuss, pray that I be the first listener of the message of Srimad Bhagavatam. Pray that Krishna uses this mouth, Mahaprabhu uses this mouth as a mouthpiece to fulfill his desire uh, for the pleasure of Guru Gaurang, for the pleasure of the Lordships, for the pleasure of Vaishnavas. We can dedicate our lives. So in here, in this pastime, what we are seeing is Hiranyakashipu, he is giving some philosophy to the queens and his nephews and relatives. And the wives of Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksh are very disheartened. They are lamenting, crying, weeping. They are in huge, big emotional distress because of the passing away of Hiranyaksh. And Hiranyakashipu is giving them some consolation on understanding on the science of the soul. Not furthermore on the science of Krishna consciousness, on the science of the existence of God, on the existence of Krishna, but on the science of the existence of soul. So Hiranyakashipu is trying to console them. And the kings are mourning, lamenting on the passing away of Hiranyaksh. And here we see that by divine intervention, by divine arrangement, by Krishna's arrangement, Yamraj appears as a young boy, or Yamraj appears and he speaks. Yamraj appears assuming the body of a boy, and he approaches the family members, and he personally is speaking to them, and is personally uh, is going to uh, encourage them or make them advance further in the science of Krishna consciousness. Now we see in society like what, not just like in earthly society, higher heavenly planets as well, and all higher planetary systems. We see when a soul passes away, when someone passes away, and the effect of it, the pain of it, the overall process, everything centered around it. The mourning, the grieving process, and everything centered around it. And in Vedic culture, yes, there is a mourning, grieving process. Now, in society, we see in different settings, different parts of the world, and which is very helpful to help us get a sense of reality of life. And how we can more further nicely engage or say participate or not participate in the futilities of life, something on those lines. See, Vedic Sahitya, Vedic literatures tell us what? Atato Brahma Jigyasa. That human life begins with inquiry. Life begins when we inquire and all. Furthermore, around those lines, human life begins when we come to a point of acceptance. When we come to a point of acceptance, accepting the reality, understanding the reality, and accepting the reality. Ever heard this expression? I don't know how much this expression is used in the Western world, but born and raised in India, this expression is quite commonly used in India, believe up until now as well. Expectation hurts. They say expectation hurts. If expectation hurts, then what is it that heals? If expectation is something that hurts, what heals? What is the cure? What is the medicine? Pip has got the cure and the medicine, seems like.
assigned to us, like Isavasyam, Idam Sarvam. So we accept all that is allotted to us. I mean, theoretically you understand, but practically I think we have to accept that.
Uh, Expectation hurts. This we have experienced as well. What heals is acceptance. And that also we experience, but it takes perhaps a bit of a time for us to convince ourselves. Expectation hurts, that is straight away. That straight away, expectation hurts. Beautiful message in Srimad Bhagavatam we see in 11th canto, chapter 8, story of Pingala. Story of Pingala. Hmm? Story of Pingala, the prostitute, and what a message, what a learning. Nirashyam paramam dukkham. Hmm? Ashyam paramam dukkham, nirashyam sukham. That expectation is a cause of distress. Hmm? And expectation is the cause of distance, and acceptance heals. So in this now what we are seeing, this mourning process going on, this crying grieving process, and for us as well in our life, perhaps day to day life, in all our different settings, engagements, as a student, as a working person, family man, retired person, whatsoever, could be well engaged in temple life, temple activities and all. And some stages come in our life, and suppose going for a very desperately searching for a job, requiring a job, going for different job interviews, wanting a job for some financial settlement, looking after family and all. Another situation could be what, wanting to get married, to be in a relationship and all, and what comes about, and this morning thing. So we desire something, we want something, but we are deprived. We are deprived. Like again, this setting of job interview, or this setting of getting married, say, or this setting of someone passing away. So the result is not as per our desire, as per our liking, that someone of our near one, near and dear one, very close to us passed away, or I desperately need this job and I did a very good job interview as well. Huh? But what? Rejection. Very difficult to handle, na? Rejection, very difficult to handle. Now I want to marry this girl or marry this man, someone. Then what? Okay, rejection. Or everything looks good. Yes, she will say yes, or he will say yes, or this family they will engage and all, but not coming through. So at that stage, like what do we say when we really hanker or desire something or want some family member to be with us but is taken away, say by the will of providence to begin with. So we generally go in what? In a denial mode. We deny. We try to deny, cheat ourselves. We try to shy away from the reality, escape. You know, they say what does cat do? Cat, they say this thing, right? That okay, cat says drinking milk. She goes into a house, into a kitchen somewhere, and drinking milk. And the person of the house appears in the kitchen. The say the house owner comes in the kitchen. What does cat do now? Oh, close my eyes. Let me close my eyes. No one will see me. Huh? So it's like denying the reality. Huh? Close. In society, we by and large we live in denial. We live in illusion. So much in illusion because of intoxication, and so much puts us in illusion, covers the reality, and we live in denial altogether. And then when we see Hare Krishnas, then out of a sense of somewhat frustration inside, which we struggle to pinpoint, we can easily say, oh, these Hare Krishnas, they are escapists. They are escaping the realities of life. Hmm. And isn't it, devotees, nowadays maybe society is a bit awakening, but there was a time, or there is still a time, that look at them, Hare Krishnas, what they have got to do? Nothing. And they just go into the streets and chant Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Or this is all they do. Huh? And they are escaping from the realities of life. They're not paying the taxes or working as hard as we are working and all. Hmm. So much frustration carrying, and when someone is living life to the full, or it's a problem for them. So we live, society lives by and large in denial mode. This is when reality strikes. How do we react? Huh? When reality strikes, we don't know how much days, months, years of breaths is left in us. No? We don't know. What, possibly another 60, 80 years? Hmm? Don't know. Whatever time is left with us. So when reality strikes, how do we react, or how are we preparing ourselves for that reality? Throughout, the message of Krishna consciousness is helping us to come to that uh, position. So when someone, again, job interview, no, wanting this ticket or passport, and rejection, no, we cannot give you, denial, we go in denial mode. Someone passed away, no, this cannot be true, this is not true. How is this possible? This is not possible. Surely you have misheard something. Surely there is some communication gap. This cannot happen, no? I was in a call with her last night. How is this possible? I just saw her this morning. How is this possible? Someone's granddad or grandmom say pass away, or a child or someone. Well, I spoke with her 10 minutes ago. No, no. This is denial, or this is, you're lying, or this is a joke you are doing with me. Just like cat, now close the eyes, no one is watching me, sort of. We go in denial mode. And we need time then to heal ourselves. We need time to heal ourselves. And once we are a bit through with the denial mode, once we are little bit through with the denial mode, what comes is, straight away, instantaneous comes is anger, frustration. Again, see this job, or getting a job, or uni admission, no, you are denied. Huh? Someone going for maybe auditioning, singing, dancing, you are denied. Na? Again, family member, someone passed away, denied. Then anger comes in. Oh, how could she not hire me? How could he not hire me? How could I not get this job? Why did I not get this audition selected? Uh, how is this? No, this is wrong. This is not possible. We go into an angry mode. Uh, like Bollywood says na, that आज खुश तो बहुत हो गए तुम, है ना? There's a famous dialogue actually in Bollywood, those who know anyways. So it's like, oh God, you must be very happy now today, right? Huh? Fine. So we express our anger towards God. It is very easy to express anger towards council people, na, government people. Very easy to express our anger towards politicians. Very easy to express our anger towards football team, football coach. Quite easy, na? It's very easy to express anger towards some authority. Hmm. Maybe to temple authority as well. It could be easy to express anger. Some much easier to is to express anger towards God. Very easy, na? And we go in this angry mode. Why me? Why me? Why this to me? What do you mean? And did you not see? And did I not prepare? I worked day and night so hard for this. God, you are so cruel. You are so unkind, so unfavoring. You don't have a sense of discrimination. You don't know right, wrong, and all. Can you not see my pain? Do you not have any emotions, the struggle, and what I am going through, and all? So all of that kicks in, comes about, somewhat in a natural state. So once we receive this rejection, even like if a girl says no, then straight away go in anger mode. And how can you say no to me? No, how can you? So then we need further time to calm down, balance ourselves, put ourselves in one state. So once through with denial, then we anger. Okay, we come to a reality. What, accepting the reality that such and such thing has happened. Then we go, now no more in denial, angry. Huh? And after being through angry mode as well, say, after passing through angry mode as well, what do we do? Maybe we can check ourselves. Does it come naturally to us in different facets of our life? What? We go into something as negotiation. Now coming into reality, we try to negotiate the situation. We try to negotiate with the situation. Shishi Khorantai Mayapur Sashi Ki. So negotiate in the sense what? Again for job interviews say. That okay, 10 interviews I applied for. You rejected me from this company, you rejected me from that company. At least you could have got me into NHS. At least you could have got me into some government sector. Hmm? Or at least this again, if we see in this like someone family passing away, do we generally not say, oh, why did you take him? He was like 40 or 50 or 30-year old or 20-year old. You could have taken me. Why him? Huh? Could have taken me. Like we see na, in King Chitraketu's pastime, that the Harsha Shoka, young boy, and he passed away. And the all the family members, the ladies, the queens, king himself, why him? You don't have a sense of understanding. Could have taken me. Uh, so we try to strike a negotiation somewhere that job wise, family wise, other situations wise. Okay, if you could not have given me this thing, or you could not have given me, say, a visa for 5 years, could have given a visa for 1 year, at least give me this, at least give me that. Somewhere to satisfy me, sort of thing. And once again, we through with negotiating the situation, trying to find our way into the result, uh, trying whatever way we can control, exercise our control. Then we go into what? In this mourning process and life in general, through a sense of depression. We need like quiet time, isolation time, or like depression again, in the sense, now what will happen to me? This is a very dangerous question, very dangerous question. Now what will happen to me? Now rejected from this job as well, what will happen to me? Many times we see na, if again in relationships, if the girl says no, what does a man do? Say it is observed worldwide, in anger, he burns himself, physically injures himself, hurts himself, or he tries to hurt the girl, the very girl he loves. He tries to hurt her, physically give pain to her, emotionally, in many other ways. So what do? We go in a sense of depression, that what will happen to me? I cannot live without this girl, I cannot live without this job, I cannot live without this house, I cannot live without having not having this much money, I cannot live without this family member. What will happen to me? We go into a state of depression, uh, a deep depression. And depression, or another thing for depression is what? Self obsession. Self obsession is what? Very heavy cause that puts us into depression, will put us into depression. Any form of self obsession. One of the biggest form of self obsession, one of the biggest self obsession is what? Being Mr. Right. Look, I told you, I had warned you, I was correct. I did this, I did this. Hmm. I know the steps, I have the experience. Do the. So this again being Mr. Right. So we try to create our own reality, sort of thing. And if nature has any other course or direction, we try to really struggle to coming to in terms with that reality. So we go in a state of depression. Oh, and don't have this job. What will happen? Don't have these things and all. And finally, where do we land? Finally, we accept the reality and we move on. Finally, okay, fine. I don't have this job. Maybe I try another job. Maybe I do this study or do. Okay, fine. This relationship, I'm not going to get, say, married, having him or her. Fine. Let me just wait. Let me just wait and let's see what comes about. Hmm? And with this, our societal life as well, someone passed away, say, finally coming to terms to reality, na? To accepting, uh, coming to terms to it. So the sooner we accept the reality, the sooner we come to acceptance level, the sooner we come to that reality, we find ourselves healed. So expectation hurts, acceptance heals. But what this sort of expectation, this short-lived material expectations. Arjuna was suffering from this. He was suffering from this. He revealed his heart to Krishna. He said to Krishna, hmm, and what did he say? Yat shreyastan nishchitam bruhitan me. What is shreyaskar for me? What is ultimately good for me? Tell that to me. Not something short-lived. Uh, I want to accept the reality. Krishna, now help me come to accepting the reality. If we cannot accept the reality, how can we move on? If we do not accept the current situation, means we are living in the past. If we live in the past, we can never grow. We can never shape a beautiful future if we are living in the past. If we are living in the past, then we are living in ignorance. We are living in grudges, holding fears. Uh, Heart is not soft, heart is not light then. Uh, we still have carrying heavy desires. And we cannot progress in life. And life, as a sadhaka practicing Krishna consciousness, life is meant for the joy of the divine couple. Life is meant to attain the divine couple. Life is meant to uh, dedicate ourselves fully for them. Life is meant to be ruled over by Guru and Gaurang. How do we then become ruled over by Guru and Gaurang? When we accept our current situation and we allow ourselves to be more flexible. Yes, we are open, we are flexible, we are listening. So in here, Yamraj is expressing is a bit of a shock or awe or this. It is wonderful that these elderly women do not have a higher sense of life than we do. Wonderful as in wow. He's experiencing his shock, he's amazed. Indeed, we are most fortunate, for although we are children and have been left to struggle in material world, unprotected by mother and father, although we are very weak, we have not been vanquished or eaten by ferocious animals. So having this faith, na avashya rakhibe Krishna. Hmm? Krishna will always protect. This faith we must have. हाँ, राखे Krishna mare Krishna rakhe ke. If Krishna wants to save someone, no one has any no one has any strength to do anything wrong to that person. And if Krishna wants to pull someone down, no one can save him. No one can save him. We see now in Mahabharata, uh, nothing happened to the Pandavas. And if we see on the other side, such bigger army, huge in number, more better facilities, more better equipments, everything. And skills wise, Dronacharya, Bhishma Pitama, Karna, such powerful warriors on the other side. Tremendous numbers of powerful warriors. But nothing happened to Arjun. Nothing happened. Nothing happened to the Pandavas. They taken complete shelter of Krishna. Na? Uh, The shelter of Krishna has to be taken all together. Now see this uh, shelter of Krishna. Jayastu Pandu Putra Nam Yesham Pakshe Janardana. All jay, all glories to the Pandavas, Pandu Putra. Why? Because Krishna is on their side. And how do we bring Krishna in our side? By developing our love, and by expressing our love, our attachment. A question can be asked, right? That on whose side is Krishna not? Is he not on the side of the police and not on the side of the thief? Krishna is simultaneously on the side of the police and on the side of the thief as well. Only Krishna can be simultaneously, he is in everyone's side. Look, Krishna, so kind. Huh? He's letting on the side of the thief, okay, go in the house and do the burglary. And he's helping the owner as well protect his things. Now imagine, na, Prabhupada says in his classes, look, w- what do we put Krishna into? We say, na, God, what you have put us into? Why me? We go in this depression, anger, negotiation, all these things, na, and denial and all, and blaming God and all. What do we put God into? What do we do? We generally, what do we see? Like people go into temple and pray to the God. What? God, I'm going for a 2 week holiday. I'm locking my. I'm going for a 2 week holiday. I'm locking my house as well. And I'm locking from everywhere, and the CCTV and alarm as well. But still, these are formalities, God, I know. Kindly look after the house. I'm going for 2 week holiday. And more importantly, please look after the dog. That's a bit serious matter. Please look after the dog. I'm going for a 2 week holiday. And another person, he comes into the temple room saying, what? God, I know this person is going for 2 weeks holiday, and I want to steal things in his house. And kindly help me to find the valuables. Notice the valuables things in his house where he has kept the valuables. And I know there's CCTV. I know there's alarm. I know the dog. But these are all formalities for you, dog, God. You can make it happen. So God, I know the dates. I managed to know. Now I know this is your plan. You want me to. Otherwise, why do you tell me the dates? Why do you let me? So I know there's some hidden stuff in the house. Kindly help me. Now, what does God do? What does God? Does He protect? So we put God in a very tight spot, don't we? And we tell to God. So this is what we do. And if we see the purport, whatever, like, na, Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Hridadesha Arjuna Tishtiti, Sarva Sacham Hridasya Nivisto Sarva Dharma, ultimately is to take shelter of Krishna. We can take shelter of Krishna when we come to an acceptance mode. Acceptance mode meaning living life in reality, living life in the present moment. Uh, Otherwise, how do we take shelter? How do we demonstrate our shelter if we are not living in the present? If we are haunted by the past, na, we cannot. We want a glorious future, but and the past, we are haunted by the past, living in the past, wanting a glorious future. We are not protecting our present. So the present has to be protected, and the best way to protect the present is protect one's association. If one learns how to protect one's association, then he will protect the present moment. He will protect his time, he will protect his eating, sleeping, everything. So one who has taken shelter of Krishna, there's nothing impediment can come to him. Externally, yes, like the Pandavas went through lots of impediment. Na? So quickly I will try to share a story, a pastime. It comes in Mahabharata, right? Jayas tu Pandu Putranam Yesham Pakshe Janardana. What the Pandavas is growing up, boys. Duryodhan planned this trip. He planned a picnic, right? He got permission from Dhritarashtra that send us brothers and send our cousins as well, the Pandavas, for a picnic, boys. And we go for a picnic in the farm we have, in the villa we have there. And cooks and all will be there. Okay, fine. And they went, the cooks were there, all the arrangements, prasadam, food and all. And what Duryodhan is telling, make good quantity food in ghee, butter, make nicely. I myself will monitor the kitchen, monitoring the kitchen. And what does he do? Like serving, making sure everyone is fed, all the boys are fed nicely. And I will serve Bhima. I'm looking into things. And what does he do? Puts little bit of poison. A bit of poison, na? Sprinkle some poison in the thali prepared for Bhima, all those items. That okay, let this Bhima take in poison. And Bhima, everyone eating food, Bhima taking food and all. And okay, although full with poison, and he's taking that food. He has taken, and he has a good diet. Bhima, we know. So fine, he took all the food, and with poison in it. And what happens? Like it took Duryodhan is watching. Duryodhan is watching this plan. Shakuni, Duryodhan, they are watching this plan. Okay, yes, we see the effect of poison coming through. But Bhima is so strong that it took the evening time for the effect of poison to come about as such. Then Bhima went for a stroll, a bit of a nap, went for a stroll, And what, as he went for a stroll and all, then they realized, okay, yes, now the poison is having an effect. Bhima is unconscious, died and all. So let's tie him with ropes, bind him. With struggle, they tied, bound Bhima with rope, and let's throw him in the ocean. Let's throw him in the sea, and they threw him in the river and all. And Bhima fell down there. And look what happened. He fell into the ocean, river, lake, sea. And who does he meet? Who does he find? He meets the serpents. And seeing the body of Bhima, sturdy, strong, heavy built and all, what happens? Bhima sees the serpent, and what do serpent do? The serpent, seeing the Buddhist body of Bhima, they approach Bhima, and they what? They hiss, they bit him. And what do they find? They find all the poison in Bhima's body. They take away all the poison from Bhima's body, and they find nourishment there. And Bhima then comes to life again, comes to consciousness. And when he wakes up, what does he say? Oh, I am under the seabed, and this is a place the Nagas are living there. And apparently, he discovers there is some connection with Kunti Maharani of them family, and they also notice, oh, he's Kunti's child, and they treat Bhima like anything. Oh wow, you have come here. They treat him so nicely, makes him eat nice food, give him a show around and all. And they ask, okay, Bhima says, now I want to go home. It's been long. My mother must be worried about me, and my brothers must be worried. I tell them the story, and you will pass on your messages, love and regards and everything. And what happens that Bhima, they wonder, what gift do we give him? What do we give him? So they give him this nectarian drink. Take this nectarian drink, powerful drink, huh? This nectarian energy drink they call, na? Energy drink. Take this energy drink. This will give you the strength of 10,000 elephants, 10,000 elephants and all. So Bhima takes this drinks, has this drink, and he comes back up again, and he meets his brother and everyone. So point being what? When he went was full with poison, but because being sheltered by Krishna, because the Pandavas, they had firm faith, firm conviction, firm attachment in Krishna. Nothing wrong happened. Rather, what happened on the other side? What happened? He had previously said 1,000 elephants strength of equivalent to 1,000 elephants, and this time 10,000 elephants. So much more he got. So what do we know? Huh? मीरा को विष दिया विष का अमृत किया है ना. Huh? So Mirabai na, we see in her real life as well. What? ऐसी लागी लगन मीरा हो गई मगन, वो तो हरी हरी गुण गाने लगी. जोगन बन के फिरी, है ना, मीराबाई. या एंड व्हाट, महलों में पली, जोगन बन के फिरी. Being born and raised in a royal family, queen lived like a princess and all, but then coming into Krishna Bhakti, जोगन बन के फिरे ना. मीरा को विष दिया, विष का अमृत किया, वो तो हरी हरी गुण गाने लगी. And this is what Bhima receiving poison, and what happened? That poison turned into nectar. So life will also throw us many things, will it not? We shouldn't expect that life won't throw us things at us. Life is what? Life is a hurdle. Life is full of hurdles, na? Every 100 meter, 500 meters, there's new hurdle, new challenge, something new, something new. There's that will throw. But provided we take shelter of Krishna. From scriptures we know anyone who took shelter of Krishna, nothing happened to them. Nothing happened. Externally problems came to them. Externally problems came to Pandavas way more than what we experience in our lives. Way more, no comparison what the Pandavas had to go through. But internally, they were always safe, protected, cared for, loved by Krishna. And why these problems come to Pandavas? Someone may ask na, this question. They were sold out devotees of Krishna. Why did they have to go through this much of problems in life? So this is for Krishna to demonstrate, look, the quality of my devotee, look, the class of my devotee. So much problem, and how he's fixed upon me, how he's taken shelter. Although problem, but he's not experiencing the problem. Externally looking problem, but through his consciousness, he has protected himself. Through his consciousness, na? Draupadi, such a call she did, na? Helpless state altogether, and she called Govind. and Govind appeared towards to Draupadi. Na? Krishna incarnated in sari form for her to save her altogether. Hmm. Okay, on this note, maybe a quick pause. Any questions, comments, clarifications, or additions or reflections? Yes, Natalie.
Hare Krishna, thank you for the nice class. I have a question. Um, One of my friend's mother passed away 6 years ago, and she's still struggling with that and trying, like maybe not struggling, but it takes like a lot of space in her life. And I'm just wondering if there is something I could do or say to her to help her.
A very practical question, is it not? So practical question, no? And we carry this and see the ultimate thing is chant Hare Krishna, huh? Engage in loving devotional service. Hmm? That's the ultimate thing. But we must acknowledge, understand, we are not in that headspace for now. Take that bigger leap altogether. Krishna also, na Arjuna, how he is growing Arjuna in life. Like a mother grows, raises a child in life, na Krishna is growing Arjuna in life to participate and all. So, slowly, steadily, we can help someone encourage and understand on the science of soul, on the existence of soul, on one's identity. Hmm on this need and understanding of practicing spirituality. And there will come a point in there will come moments wherein we have to speak a bit strong. We have to speak, we should be speaking strong, but never rude, never offending, and checking the situation as well. And strong is very much needed to bring the best out of that person. We see from nature how does butterfly and others grow when being in a bit of a struggling in this situation environment. And we can possibly can we tell you, the friend that look, if you live life in a bit of sadness and this from your mom, she won't be happy. Will she be happy? Will she be appreciative seeing you a bit getting sad, depressed, morose, sulky, in bad mood and all? No. So if you love your mom, then try to live life for your mom, something like that and all, and wake up, huh? Wake up, understand, and be more opened up from your mom. You see, your mother had some expectation from you, right? So we try to exceed that expectation and something on these lines to motivate us, and then we can somehow connect ourselves into Krishna consciousness. One of the problems in life is we are so bogged down with expectation, what my mom expects from me, what my father expects, what school, college, uni, work people expects and all, and we miss out on one expectation. What Krishna expects from me? Do we ever think what Krishna expects from me? This will come to our surface only when we take devotee association, and predominantly when we take Guru Padashra. Then we understand what Krishna expects from me. And it's a journey, it may take us time to come to that stage. Yeah. So somehow, like if we love our mom, say, then yes, we express that love by keeping a good sanity, by not really living in the past and further and moving on. And then we can see some inspiration, blessing. And from there on, we can take further more in life to understanding first that I'm a spirit soul, understanding our spiritual identity, that I'm a spiritual being. And when we understand this, the temporariness of this world, the temporariness of this life, like so many Prabhu said, na Isavasam idam sarvam, and further Ishopanishad tells us that this world is perfect and complete. Wow. What do we hear in Srimad Bhagavad Gita? Dukhalayam asashvatam. And Ishopanishad, perfect and complete, it is saying this unit. So, yes, this word is perfect and complete. In what sense? That individually we have been given this opportunity to perfect this human form of life altogether, to attain Krishna consciousness. As we see in this purport, na, right at the end, instead of restricting him, the conditioned soul, Lord gives the conditioned soul the opportunity to enjoy, so that by mature experience. So perhaps your friend, by mature experience, when she accepts reality, the situation, and tries to strive, do something good in life, and through your good friendship, through your say devotee care and like that, when she can understand in Krishna consciousness, that is mature experience, then we give all the way through. As it says in the purport, bahunam janmanam ante vasudevam sarvam iti sa mahatma sudurlabha. So then we can excel further, we can go that further, building our relationship with Krishna. So first of all, we need to understand and throughout, who am I? Who am I? My spiritual identity, and building that relationship with Krishna. Then only we can help others. Does this somewhat answer your question? So from scriptures, we do not find any personality who took shelter of Krishna but found himself in a tight spot or anything wrong, or he was hurt and like perished. Na? Krishna says, na, Kaunteya pratijane name bhakta pranashyati. No. And we see, like we'll see Hiranyakashipu, how he gets slain and others. Huh? Doesn't matter whosoever you are and whose worshipper you are, whatever, doesn't matter at all. When Krishna wants to take someone away, he will take someone away. When he wants to protect someone, he will protect someone. So best, the sooner we realize Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, better for us. The sooner we digest that Krishna is the Supreme Enjoyer, better for us. The sooner we come into a relationship, is our well-wisher complete, much better for us. And then Krishna consciousness will take a different turn altogether. Okay, thank you very much for your kind listening, patience, and encouragement. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम महापुराण की
Jai.
शिला प्रभुपाद की
Jai.
जय गौर प्रेमानंदी
Hari Hari Bol. Bhakta Ashis Prabhu ki. Jai.